Clearing up a project directory by removing untracked files. Untracked files are like, let's say if this was a C project, you might have compiled code, which is in a file, or let's say you have log files. Those are files that are not part of the source code of a project. So let's say you want to get rid of those. Let me do a git status here. We're in the directory for the project, and everything in our working directory at this point matches what's in the repository at the last commit in the current branch. I'm going to create two files. Let me use touch to do this. Okay, so now we have two new files, one called compiled code.txt and one called logged stuff.txt. Now those are untracked files. In other words, these are files that are not in the repository and they're not in the staging area. They're just files that are not part of the repository. So let's say I want to get rid of the command we're going to be talking about is git clean. So I'm going to type git clean, and git clean has to have an option. That option's either an N or an F. The N does a dry run and tells you what it'll do if it runs git clean F. So let me do a dry run. It says it would remove those two files. By the way, the git clean would not remove directories by default. So if there was a directory that was untracked or had untracked files in it, git clean won't remove that directory and its content. That will be covered in a different video. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add one of these files to the staging area. So git add, okay. Do git status. Okay, so that file is ready to commit, the compiled code.txt. Now, let me do git, okay, git clean n. See, git clean n right now would remove only the file that is completely untracked, which means a file that's not in the repository and it's not in the staging area. It's completely untracked file. That's what that would remove. And I'm going to go ahead and remove it. So I'm going to use the F option. Okay, so it removed logged stuff. Let me do git status. Okay, so right now we just have the file compiled code.txt in the staging area. I'm going to remove it from the staging area. So git reset head, then I use autocomplete. Okay, git status. All right, so that file is back out here again. Now I'm going to remove it with git clean F. Okay, git status. All right, we're back to where we started. And I'm going to show this in NetBeans that none of these files that I created is there anymore.